Hey everybody, it's Dave back with Blockbuster Underground. So, this is a topic that's becoming a bit of a progressive video, I'd say. I did a video on this a couple of years ago. Basically, what we're going to be talking about today are titles in 4K that are not in 4K that should be, and what the hell is going on. So, I've compiled a bit of a list. I've done 10 of ones I could figure out. If you can think of anything in the comments down below, let me know. Movies that you're waiting, like, why is this not in 4K yet? Kind of question. Um, some of the ones I did a couple of years ago have popped up in 4K. However, like my physical media video I posted, finding them is another thing. But so right now we're going to go down the list, and this is alphabetical, not in like an order of favorite to least favorite or most worthy to least worthy. But you're going to see a very obvious correlation with some of these titles and why we haven't seen them yet. I'll get into that after I've gone through the list here, though. So alphabetically, movies that I think are a fucking no-brainer that should already be in 4K. Armageddon, the Michael Bay movie with Bruce Willis. How is this not in 4K? I have the Criterion DVD that came out in I think 1998, shortly after the movie came out. Very good set, but this movie just Dolby Atmos, HDR Dolby Vision. Come on, like and yeah, a Michael Bay movie. So that's another thing. But the problem with this one is Touchstone released the movie, who are now under the umbrella of Fox slash Disney. So we'll break it down once we finish the list, like I said. Number two on my list, Black Rain from 1989, starring Michael Douglas. Paramount Pictures Ridley Scott movie. This movie would look absolutely beautiful in 4K. The cinematography, I believe it was Jan de Bont who did the cinematography for this. One of Hans Zimmer's early movies too, where he did the score. Wow, this movie is so underrated, it's not even funny. How there is not a 4K of this, I don't know. It's a Paramount Pictures film. They still have the rights to it, apparently. But yeah, for some unknown reason, and it's Ridley Scott too. Like you'd think he'd be all over that. Like get my shit out in 4K. Gladiators out in 4K. Aliens out in 4K. Like come on. Number three on the list, Dances with Wolves. Yeah, this is. I don't know if we're ever gonna see this one, honestly, guys. I have been railing since I got the new home theater set up that this movie needs to come out in 4K like yesterday. I have a Blu-ray director's cut of it that spans the entire. There's a 4-hour runtime on that one, guys. They add in a ton of stuff, and it is just beyond epic. I mean, Best Picture winner, again, 1990, Best Picture winner, um, among the other Oscars that it got. This movie just like how? How is this not? MGM, Amazon right now own the rights to this. So what they're gonna plan on doing with it, like give it to like Arrow Video or give it to Shout Select. They do the Shout Select JFK box set that I got of the Oliver Stone movie. Holy Moses, those guys don't fuck around. I mean, those studio Blu-rays and 4Ks cost a bit more, but in some cases you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And yeah, Dances with Wolves. Come on, Kevin Costner. Like, apparently he bankrupted himself with those Horizon movies, so he probably needs some change. How about hey, do another new director's commentary track for the director's cut, the 4-hour one. And Graham Greene just passed away too. Like, come on, Kicking Bird. He was so good in this movie. It was, oh, like, oh my god, why? I saw this movie in theaters, and it was at the Faubourg Movie Theater in Montreal. Now I'm dating myself. Um, right when it first came out too, and this movie theater was one of the last ones I remember in Montreal that actually had a balcony, and I sat front row, first row balcony, and the buffalo hunt scene. Oh my god, I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. Uh, come on, 4K, please. Let's keep going. Number 4 on the list, Dead Poets Society. Robin Williams. 1989, the movie came out. Up for Best Picture, Best Director, Peter Weir, Best Actor, all the accolades. Brilliant movie. They almost filmed this at my boarding school in Quebec. Apparently, BCS was on like the final 3 or 4 locations they were going to use to film the movie. That would have been crazy. Robin Williams at our fucking boarding school. Whoa. But yeah, Touchstone again. Disney, Fox. We'll get to it. Next on the list, another Oscar winner, The English Patient. Miramax Pictures, 1996, 97, Best Picture winner. Ray Fiennes, Kristen Scott Thomas, Juliette Binoche. Beautiful movie. The score, the cinematography, everything about it. Some people say it's the most boring movie they've ever watched in their life. I disagree. One of the only films where I have wept like a fucking infant at the end of the film. Anyone who's seen the film knows the "Read Me to Sleep" scene that I'm referring to. Yeah, gets me every time. Almost like on par with Field of Dreams or Forrest Gump. For like you just throw a scene on and like that you're crying. But yeah, Miramax. Hello, Harvey Weinstein. What the fuck? I heard a rumor early 2025 that this was actually going to get a 4K release this year. So I'm not sure what happened. If it's a studio thing or, I mean, look at what happened with Dogma. Oh my God. Let's keep going. The Last of the Mohicans. Come on now. Really? Michael Mann film. Fox Disney again. Anyone who hasn't seen it, oh my God, what are you waiting for? Daniel Day-Lewis. Come on. Beautiful cinematography, beautiful score. Just, oh my God, one of the best movies I think I've ever seen. One of my late mom's favorite films of all time. Hands down. It screams for 4K. I don't know what they're waiting for. Next on the list, another Michael Bay film. Can you guess which one it is? Pearl Harbor. Right. Yeah, not many people, some people didn't like this movie, but from a standpoint of like visuals and audio, how can this not be 4K yet? Come on. I've got a digibook release they did of the film, and it's a 2 disc director's cut, extended footage, all that stuff. But that is sorely in need of an upgrade. Again, Touchstone, Fox, Disney. And to round out the Michael Bay movies that are missing, anyone want to venture a guess on which one's the last one on the list? Come on. You probably already know. The Rock. Again, Touchstone, Fox, Disney. What the hell? Like, all of his Transformers movies are in 4K. I mean, Ambulance is in 4K. What the fuck are they waiting for? Like, one, two, 3 of his movies are in the top 10. I mean, and The Rock, come on, Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. That one scene where he's like, "Winners go home and fuck the prom queen." Like, come on. Like, that. I don't know what they're waiting for. Last 2 on the list, Somewhere in Time. Some people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Somewhere in Time. Christopher Reeve, Jane Seymour, a cult classic from 1980. Very small budget film. Geno Schwartz uh, actually did Jaws 2, the second Jaws movie. He got talked into directing that so he'd be allowed to make this movie. And my God, it didn't make any money at the box office. Some people have never even heard of it. It popped up on like late night cable and become a cult classic overnight. It has got some of the most incredible scenery, the set pieces, the production design, the music by John Barry. Oh my God, come on! And it's Christopher Reeve, like in one of his greatest roles that's not involving him in a cape. Um, Again, I heard a rumor early 2025 that this was going to get a 4K. It's actually the 40th anniversary of the movie. So what the fuck are they waiting for? It's Universal Pictures, who actually just announced they're putting Out of Africa, which was on my list a couple of years ago as to where the fuck are these movies on 4K. That one's coming out in November. So somewhere in time, come on, Universal, get on it. Like, what are you waiting for? You're basically printing money. Last on the list, this one's weird too because we've gotten a lot of related movies for this in 4K, but not this one. Superman Returns with Brandon Routh. Yeah, the Bryan Singer one that Bailey, like, people have disavowed for some reason. We've gotten numerous releases of the Christopher Reeve movies, including Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. And while Superman 3 wasn't as bad, I mean, the evil Superman versus him, the junkyard scene is still great. Superman 4, though, The Quest for Peace, that's gotten at least a couple of 4K releases now. But Superman Returns has been left off the list. We've got Man of Steel in 4K. We got Batman v Superman in 4K. We got Justice League in 4K. We got the new Superman in 4K. Where's the love for Brandon Routh? Come on, he was in over his head. I mean, they were basically asking him to be Christopher Reeve, and that's probably where everything fell apart. I mean, they also did some weird shit with him where he's stalking Lois Lane, and then the little kid. It was disjointed, but we've gotten all the other ones in 4K. What the fuck, man? Warner Brothers, just put it out, get it up. Just I don't know. What it all boils down to, though, guys, in the grand scheme of things, though, is a lot of these titles that we've mentioned today on this video are under the purview of Disney. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Half the list are Disney titles. So that begs the question. Obviously, we know what Disney's doing. They've got their thumb so far up their ass with their streaming service. They don't know what the fuck they're doing otherwise. They're raising the price of the parks and all this other bullshit going on. They have also, like I said in the physical media video, outsourced physical media production to Sony to get these discs out, which is why all of the titles so far this year for Disney, than 4K, especially Steelbook, for those who are still clamoring after those, are virtually impossible to find in Canada anywhere. You would have to, I've had to order from overseas to get some of these 4Ks. Check back on the last video. I did a whole list of the ones that are really hard to find. The unicorns in the wilderness, I call them. The latest one on the list now is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, that got a 4K. Did it? Because where? Yeah. And the next one to come on the list is going to be Edward Scissorhands at the end of October, that they're doing a Steelbook 4K for, at long last. That was also on my list before. And chances are probably zero that you are going to be able to find it anywhere for sale anywhere in Canada. So fire up that website, go over to Zavi or maybe Groove. But yeah, good luck finding them anywhere here. Miramax, Harvey Weinstein. I don't know what the hell they're doing there with that. MGM having Dances with Wolves, like I said, this should be a fucking no-brainer to do a 4K for. Black Rain, again, Ridley Scott. Like, I don't know why Last of the Mohicans, like, these are, like, absolutely top-notch movies. And if they think that there's no demand for these things, I don't know what they're smoking, but oof, god damn. Anyway, like I said before, if you can think of any titles you've been looking for in 4K that you're like, why the fuck is this not in 4K yet? Comment down below, let me know. I'm always looking to, like I said, I've been updating this list constantly as stuff becomes made available and as it's being announced. Boogie Nights 4K is coming, apparently. Steelbook. I just bought that on Blu-ray for like $8. Do I think it needs a 4K? Not really. Well, not. Anyway, comment down below. What do you think is missing out in the 4K field? What do you agree with the choices I've put on here? Have you run into, if you're in Canada, have you run into the problem of trying to find these 4Ks like Tron, Tombstone, Master and Commander? Have you been able to find them anywhere in Canada, out in the wilderness, not going online through retailers and stuff like that? Yeah, mention down below if there's any titles you're missing that you think need a 4K, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next video.